I have popped my twat in every way possible. Like, I've just been like dancing. And I had coffee because I want to make this video. Why is that we have terms like white girl wasted, but there's no term like black girl wasted? I'll tell you why. This isn't like some random conspiracy theory. It's because black women, especially, and women of color in general, tend to never feel comfortable enough to let loose like that in a party because society has shown time and time again that if something is to happen to a black girl while she's not in the most strictest state of mind, that there will be no one to protect her. There won't be cops or anything to find her, and she'll just be another number. And this is a constant theme with women of color. So when we take like terms, very simple terms, I'm not saying like you can never say white girl wasted, but it's the introspective part of white girl wasted and why we are able to have terms like these. Even as a black girl, I feel within my experience dealing with my appearances, I'm into wigs and I don't always necessarily wear them correctly. I'm working on that. But noticing things where wig culture is all over like online now. So most people are aware of how a wig is supposed to be worn with steps. And I've had like people or even natural hair from ranging to braids, other styles, having people critique me on it when oftentimes they aren't of, you know what I'm saying? And not even just with things like hairstyles or my appearances, just people being willing to pluck apart a black girl who doesn't seem put together, when in reality, especially with younger black girls, you deserve the freedom of figuring it out, and you deserve the freedom to be imperfect and to make mistakes because you're a human being. And I hate that there's restrictions on the black female of how free she can be. Another thing I'd like to bring to attention is shows like Insecure by Issa Rae. Shows like Insecure by Issa Rae highlight these moments and how it can be strange to be a black person. I know that shows some of my based around late 20s, early 30s, but discovering yourself as a black person and the categories, because there's nothing wrong with being a loud black woman. There's nothing wrong with being a quiet black woman. Black women come in all different shapes and forms and sizes, and we all have different personalities. And I hate that the world tries to make it like there's one stereotype or one way for all of us to be, when that is not true at all. Okay? And that the black girl is supposed to have everything figured out, and you can never slip up. And I feel a lot of us aren't given that patience to make a mistake. And like I was saying, shows like Insecure that highlight those mistakes, have making friends with the wrong people or trying to appeal to the people that don't even care about you, and having like daydreams of wanting to like whoop their ass or actually whooping their ass or making a mess. Well, don't be messy, but you know, or going through a breakup or being with a guy that you're unsure of or things of that nature, because you are a human and you're going through a learning phase. Life is a learning phase. And especially in the or young adult, teenager, even I'll go ahead and say teenager, like 13, 14 to little girls. Like I think hearing things like young girls, young black girls being grown for doing certain things that don't even correlate as grown, like when it's just style things, or even what's another example? Yeah, sorry, it's like 2 a.m. Doing things such as, man, I don't know, like I said, getting white girl wasted. It's not preferred to drink a lot, but if it were to happen that a black girl were to get wasted, I don't want to know what would happen to her. And less of, I don't want to see people blaming her and bringing more attention to that. And even though I am trying to express black girls, I also want to express like how Native American women go missing and nobody ever brings attention to that, which sucks. And how women of color are a missing statistic where, like I said, in general, a lot of them aren't allowed to be viewed as human beings, which is so inhumane and just disgusting. But that's basically all I had to say to you guys. I just want you to know, like, you can't control the way you're perceived, and you will make mistakes. But those mistakes are what is going to add on to you. And I don't want anyone to have the black and white perception of, am I a bad person? Am I a good person? You're a person who has morals, and you move on as your belief. You're not going to be perfect, but the steps are not linear. And there's going to be days where you're going to have somebody fucked up, and there's days where we're going to fuck you up. And you have a voice, and you have a right to express that. And how you got to that point, whatever your past be, don't let somebody drag you by your reins for your mistakes, because you're a human being and you overcame that to become who you are today. Have a blessed evening.